GJRB is visual. This is GJRB on YouTube. Now,
GJRB TV on YouTube brings you the Gary Russen program, Way Out There show, combining both the Gary Russen program and what's going on in the news with strange things happening in the world of cryptozoology, the paranormal, and stuff from beyond. Now, the combination of the GJRB Online talk radio shows, the Gary Russen program, and Way Out There, right now on the GJRB TV YouTube channel.
Okay, we're back on the air, at least for now. Don't know how long that'll be. Looking at this, trying to figure out what the heck is up. It looks like I can only broadcast about a half hour at a time on here. My CPUs, I don't know whatever they call those, it's a big slowdown. I like this program, and I like this thing that's like a mini TV station on a computer, but it's a big slowdown. And what happens is that whenever I freeze, like I did the last couple of times, I could probably broadcast at most about a half hour at a time, and then again take a break at the half hour mark, and then go out and come back in. That's about the best I can do. So I'm going to experiment with that this hour in our final hour of the program. Like I said before, I stretched a 2-hour show into a 3-hour show to try to see what is up with this, and why is it that I can only be on at 30 minutes at a time before the thing freezes. I'll find that out when I look at the videos at the end of today's show. I'm going to look at each one of them and see what I need to do to come up with it, and then I'm going to try various things to make this a more interesting program. I'll be going back to radio tomorrow, and I thought I'd use this time then to go over that and look at the radio schedule plans for GJRB Online this week. This will be the radio schedule for this week, the week of March 1st to the March 7th. These are all times Central Standard. Tomorrow we're going to be back on the air on the radio at on Spreaker, GJRB Online Network, starting at 2:29 tomorrow. 2:29 is the last day of the month, and we got permission. We talked to him. He said that's cool. It's absolutely fabulous. We got the Caramel Conservative on. He's going to be doing a show, and that'll be 11 a.m. That's a Tuesday rebroadcast of Tuesday's program. Then at 12:22 p.m., GJRB Online Music, a little bit of music of less than 30 minutes. At 12:50, we do the Blues House. It's an encore presentation of our October 26th, 2019 show, not 2020. And then at 3 p.m., the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra, live at 3 o'clock. That will be tomorrow. Now, Sunday, as I told you before, typo right there. Sorry about that, folks. Clinton Church of Christ services there from last Sunday, February 23rd, followed by a podcast, and this podcast will go public at 10:30 a.m. Possible live broadcast watch for postings about 45 minutes to an hour before airtime, and then a Positive Rock Show, thank you, Positive Rock Show follows, and then that could be a show, it could be live or not, just depends on the situation there. Monday, March 2nd, GJRB Online Network. No programming until 3 p.m. Central Time. Then it's Gary J in the afternoon. Your favorite music from the GJRB playlist, 3 to 6 p.m. GJRB music follows 6 to 8 p.m. And then GJRB Offline. For Nightfoot listeners, you'll hear more extended programming. Tuesday, 2020, Gary J in the afternoon again, 3 to 6 p.m. 6 to 8 music. Caramel Conservative live, 8 p.m. Central. That'll be on Spreaker. And then GJRB Online Network offline at 9:30. That means it'll go off the air, but continuous programming on Spreaker FM, 9-foot closed circuit signal will follow. Okay? Going to Wednesday, we're going to be on WGJR Worldwide on Podbean. That's at 3 p.m. Central for the Gary Russen program midweek edition. That will be on the radio on Podbean, WGJR Worldwide, followed by GJRB Music. That'll either be on Podbean if it works, or 6 to 8 p.m. on Spreaker, with that going offline. More extended programming on the 9-foot signal afterward. Thursday, March 5th, 2020, will be on the air at 3 o'clock with the Gary J in the afternoon again, 3 days in a row, 3 to 6 p.m., followed by the last 7 days. Now, that last 7 days will be the last 7 days episode from February 6th, because we haven't had that up yet. February 6th. And I'll be working on the other one to go up later. Best of Way Out There follows at 7:30 to 9, and that'll be just a glimpse of the last couple of shows. And then we do Smooth Jazz on Friday, March 6th. Wave of Smooth Jazz, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Smooth Afternoon, 3 to 6 p.m. More Smooth Jazz into the evening, 6 to 9 p.m. And then music into the nighttime hours with Easy Nights. And that's, of course, a program dedicated to the beautiful music stations that once was on the radio dial long time ago, when you had those beautiful elevator formatted stations. Saturday, March 7th will be more of the Wave of Smooth Jazz. On the air G People time. That means it could be on the air anytime. We'll don't know what time we'll be on the air. Then the Caramel Conservative, that'll be on Spreaker only, rebroadcast. And later on, Spreaker FM 88.9. The Best of Jazz will be on 3 to 6 p.m. with some new classic jazz, and it's a great variety of jazz. Now remember, all broadcasts are subject to change and can change without notice. GJRB Online, WGJR Worldwide, and GJRB TV on YouTube reserves the right to make any last minute changes. So just to let you know about that, because a lot of times I have to make last minute changes, especially if there's some programming stuff that has to be done, and usually does now. Tomorrow we'll be on there. Now, I don't know if we'll get Ed Delgado on. We're going to try to get a hold of him if we can't get a hold of Ben. Usually I have Ben Osman on. He's usually a guest. We usually talk about what's going on in the news and stuff. But lately, he's been kind of unreliable. It's not that he doesn't mean to. It's just the guy has a job that requires a lot of his time. And usually what happens in a situation like that is that he can't always make the program. Whatever the case, he sometimes can't be, on the air any given time with me because of that situation. He is unable to get be able to be with us on the radio for that situation. So I'm sorry about that, but if we can't get if we can't get him, I'll get a hold of Ed Delgado. And if he's watching, and I don't know if he's caught this program or not, I'm not sure. I'm looking on my thing. I have one viewer right now watching, and I'm not sure if that's the same. If that's Blake. Welcome back. I have to broadcast half hour at a time. Otherwise, it gets stuck. There's nothing I can do about that. So every once in a while, I have to go off the air, click out of it, click back in, and I fix the issue for a while anyway, at least until it gets stuck again. But that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But we are back live, and we are doing the program schedule. And I hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're watching. And we have one viewer that comes and one viewer that goes. Kind of like WGJR Worldwide on Podbean. We get viewer and then we don't get viewer. And I think that viewer might have been me. Not sure. Check publicly as Gary Russen. Okay. It's on my screen here on my phone. There I am. Believe it or not. But you can be part of the show and watch the show. I had a viewer just a moment ago. We had Blake Myers on earlier. He was watching us and stepped in. It was nice to have him visiting us. Blake, I don't know if you're watching this anymore, but I wonder when you're going to be back on. I kind of miss your technical difficulties. You must have a lot of cars to work on. More than likely, that's probably why you're not on, but I kind of miss talking to you. We haven't been a chance to really communicate. But I'm hoping that, that bit, though, because you thought this was really cool, that bit, though, maybe being perhaps in Clinton during the Ragbri, if you happen to ride your unicycle on Ragbri, I would come down with my phone, shoot some video and play it on this program or a Gary Russen program show. Now, it rotates. It would be that cool where I have you on. I go and do this on location shoot, so to speak, and shoot some video, put it on YouTube, and then or else I put it on there and then I replay it right here on this program. And that would be kind of a fun thing to do. So might happen this summer if we can get that fired up. So if you're going to do that this summer, let me know, and I will plan on a live on location. Well, not really live. It will be pre-recorded, and then I would put that on YouTube, and I would replay it here on this program, the Gary Russen program, Way Out There show, or the Gary Russen program on YouTube, any one of those two programs, and see what happens there. That'd be kind of fun to have that on. Yeah, that really would be. That would be kind of cool, because then, it would be fun. Anyway, so let's see. So far, so good. 14 minutes after 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I was looking on my I want to do something. I want to show you this cool clocks on here. Let's get NIST up. I'm going to do that real quick, because this is pretty darn cool. You can chat with me, by the way. You still have a lot of time left. And next program, once I get to study how this dumb thing works, apparently what I'll have to do is do it in half-hour intervals, half-hour segments, and so that I won't get stuck like that. And once I get beyond the half hour, that's when it gets stuck. So I might have to rig up some new idea to fix that issue. And if I can get that to work a little better for me, it'll be like Spreaker where I'll be non-stop. But as for now, this is what I have to deal with. All right, but this is pretty cool here. Now I'm pulling this up, and I'll show you this. This is what I use now, the NIST clock. And this is pretty fantabulous. The National Institute. Now, take a look at this. This is pretty cool. It's got the it's pretty wild. It's got the clock now. You see, you got your Eastern time. You got your Central Standard Time. You've got your Mountain and your Pacific all in color code, which I think that's pretty cool. And then over here is your UTC. I use that time too. 23 hours, 15 minutes UTC. And then down here is the regular clock, which is today's real time, today's date, real time. And on the left-hand side is your Alaska time, where it's now 2:15 Alaskan Standard Time. Down here is Aleutian, 1:15. 1:15 Hawaiian Standard Time. Aleutian and Hawaii are matching in time. 1:15 in Hawaii. And in Samoa, their standard time is, they're still at 12:15 yet. There, Samoa Standard Time. And then just a lot bit earlier than that, it's still morning in, was it Chamorro? tomorrow Standard Time, 9:16 a.m. yet. And if you go a little further, it's 7:15. So there's some people just ahead of us yet. 7:16 p.m. in Puerto Rico and Atlantic Standard Time. So that's pretty darn cool. I like that. That is neat. I like the way you changed it. It was kind of mediocre before, but they really beefed it up, and I like it. I really do. I think that's really cool that they decided to change their appearance online by putting all the time zones up there. Pretty darn cool. I like that. It's really neat. So check that out when you get on there. NIST, and that is the National Institute Standard and Technology Time. And get on that NIST government time, which I think is time.gov, I think. So log on to that and use that, because I set my watch to it all the time. Because I set my watch to it. I have my automation system set to it because I have to for national programs that I have local breaks on late at night on my 9-foot closed circuit signal. All right, tell you what we're going to do right now. I'm going to set up here. We got some more programming to do yet, and I thought maybe we could use this to experiment that half hour and see how this is all going to work. If we take that break, then we could probably do one more half hour between 5:30 and 6:05, something like that, and we'll go off the air. But I like doing this program. Yeah, I know I look a little pale, but that's just the lighting in here. This is not a professional television studio by all means. So, you're not going to get the quality of picture you get from your local NBC affiliate, ABC or CBS, because this is a generic station. Well, never mind. Anyway, so I thought, well, what I'll just do right now is let you know about what we're going to do. We're going to be back on tomorrow. I need to get a hold of Ben Osman tomorrow. After I get off the air, I got to message him and see if he's definite for tomorrow and whether or not he's going to be on the radio with us tomorrow or not on GJRB Online Network on Spreaker. So I hope it maybe perhaps he is. I am going to go now into my I want to flip over now to my Twitter page. I'm going to sign in there real quick, and we'll see what's going on Twitter on my scroll through social media, see if there's anything interesting happening, and then we'll do Clinton weather on Weather on the Fives before we wrap up our show, and do a what they call we'll do that at the end of that next hard break. I'll do the Spreaker, Podbean, YouTube shoutouts and promotions. So we'll do that, and get all you involved in. Let you know that we promote you. If you got a program online, if you do a podcast, a video, whatever, I will promote your podcast or video on GJRB Online, on Spreaker, on GJRB TV here on YouTube. I'll promote your your video, your vlogs, whatever the case may be, and you too can join the program. So be aware of that. Meanwhile, I'm going to go over to now, and let's see. We're going to flip over. I want to see if we can get over there to the Twitter page. Let's go to Twitter. Okay. All right. Well, maybe not. Okay, we're going to do Twitter. Did a flash on Twitter and then it went out. So I might have to go to the other page and see if we can pull up Twitter there. Okay, maybe we have to go in there. Okay, and see if we can pull up Twitter that way. All right, and there we go. Haha. You know, the only way we know Twitter is on the air is when I look at my phone. That's how I know. Because what I do when I'm on the air here, I always have my phone set to my YouTube channel so that I can see that I'm on the air. Some more people, coronavirus continues. We have a few videos on that. 7 things you need to know before you buy coronavirus face masks. The fact of putting on a face mask without proper fitting. Also respiratory masks like not that. Yep. Okay. And then there is an intention really intended for sick people. No doubt. And there's the other one. So that's according to CBS. Down the page a little bit. Let's go down here a little bit. Not that much going on. Podchaser is another one I'm going to try out. Podchaser, I'm thinking about doing them and kind of cut down on my my popular music that I play. Still going to play it, but when I do Podchaser, I'm going to see if I could go on and off of Podchaser. And if I could go on and off Podchaser, what I will do is lovely. I would do some shows off Podchaser. The only reason I would do Podchaser really is so that I can get guests and co-hosts for my shows, which would be kind of nice too. Be more interesting of a program as well. Mr. McFeely, this is interesting. What's this? This is neat. Empowered. Publicity for Shining Star Series, episode 8, with Mr. McFeely. Interesting. Okay. A little bit there about Mr. Rogers earlier, too. I kind of bypassed that, but I don't know if that's still there or not. Well, let's see if we can go up the page a little bit and see what that was. That was a video here. Channel 7, I don't know where this is at. This was from yesterday. Yesterday was the anniversary of the death of Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood yesterday. And I'll bring back some memories here.
For 3 decades, Fred Rogers welcomed children into his television neighborhood. The gentle, soft-spoken Mr. Rogers died of cancer early this morning. He helped raise generations of children, and now it is time to say goodbye.
Might as well say, would you be mine, would you be mine, won't you be my neighbor?
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood held few surprises, but that was part of its success. It offered a safe, calm place for children, many today who mourned the memory of his steady presence.
It was tragic when we heard about it. I grew up watching Mr. Rogers.
Well, I'm very saddened. He was a precious, precious man, in my opinion.
But the neighborhood wasn't a fantasy land. There was straight talk on tough topics like divorce and death. Experts say that not only helped children, but parents as well.
It demonstrated to parents that it's okay to talk to kids about serious topics. That the kids don't necessarily have to be protected all the time.
He started in children's television in 1953 at WQED in Pittsburgh. His first show featured some of his now famous puppet characters.
Queen Sarah and Lady Evelyn, I presume?
Correct, as usual.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood followed soon after and was picked up by public television stations nationwide in 1968. The show has won every major award in television, and not long ago, Mr. Rogers explained how watching bad television had inspired him.
It were people throwing pies in each other's faces. And I thought that seems so demeaning to me. This is a medium that could be used in wonderful ways.
Fred Rogers was ordained as a Presbyterian minister in 1962, but he chose to remain the voice of calm reason to children. Beyond Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, he hosted children's programs with newsmakers, and during the Gulf War, he helped parents to talk to their children about war.
Children aren't responsible for wars.
And for parents struggling to tell their children about the death of Fred Rogers, they may want to use his own words. Words that close a book that he wrote for children about the end of life. Happy times.
So there you go. Take a look at that, Mr. Rogers, and remembering Mr. Rogers, who died on February 27, 2003. And it's sad because I was a Fred Rogers fan. I grew up watching him as a kid and always admired him as a brother that I didn't have. He was my TV buddy, and I was stuck with him for a long time, and think about him often. Corona, not coronavirus. Survey says that nearly 40% of Americans wouldn't buy Corona beer under any circumstances because of this virus outbreak. Yeah, well, imagine that. That makes a lot of sense. Just that simple. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the program. I'm Gary J. Russen. You're watching the Gary Russen program on GJRB TV on YouTube, and we're going to be closing out the program pretty soon. But if you still want time to chat, we can do that, and maybe perhaps we can get in on that yet while we still have time. I am on Skype. I have the Skype active. It's Gary.Russen on Skype, and you can when you type that into your Skype line there, which is fairly easy, and if you really want to know how that all works, just go onto the Skype line there, and you can just do that by going into the Skype line there. Let's see if I can get on that page and do that. Let's see. Okay. Might not. Let's see if we can get that. Okay. I'm going to click that off. Don't see that Skype line there. Apparently not. So I'm going to reduce that down and see if we can pull that Skype up again like I did the last time, and show you the line at which you can do that. The line would be right. Okay, let's see if we can get the window will come up. I'm waiting for that to come up on my phone so I can see it on my phone screen. What I do is just keep my phone kind of stay up here like that. Okay, it's going to bump out. That figures. Why wouldn't it? Okay, let's see if we can pull that back up. Okay. Alright, we're still live. Okay, I'm going to pump that up. Okay. And see if we can, okay, blank screen. Okay, it looks like I can't put my Skype on screen again like I did the last time. So I'm going to have to, let's see, we can, okay, let's try this. Let's see. Okay, we're back on screen. Anyway, you just type that Skype in there, Gary.Russen on Skype, and you're able to get in there. And that line on the top of your Skype page there, the Skype chat room, and just type that in there, and it'll show a phone emblem. When you dial up, it'll answer in the studio here, and I'll put you on the air. And like I said before, be patient with me if we have to go off the air for a period of time as I get this thing gets stuck. 5:30 Central Standard Time right now, and 6:30 Eastern Time. And over in California now, 3:30 Pacific Time. I'm Gary J. Russen. We're live on YouTube on the GJRB TV YouTube channel doing the Gary Russen program. And thank you for tuning in. And you get an opportunity to chat with me live on the air as long as I stay on the air. 5:30, it would be a 5:30 break, and I would go off and come back on and try to finish up this program. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'll be right back with more of the Gary Russen program. GJRB TV YouTube channel after this break.